Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another video.
Welcome back to ENT Fantasy Football. This is our Week 10 preview
Edition.
podcast.
We're filming this on Thursday afternoon. So we have the Thursday night on tonight, and we have a whole lot of football to talk about, of course.
Week 10 coming up. We're very excited. Another great week of football.
Mm-hmm. This week we should have 3 videos out.
3 videos.
So Sterling has a must-add and a players you can drop.
Yep.
And then
we got this one.
And then we got this one coming out, which is probably going to be like close to an hour.
Yeah, somewhere around that.
Around there, you know what I mean? So, do you want to just get straight into it? Because we got a lot to talk about. We got this matchup tonight. I wouldn't say it's like...
It's not a crazy matchup.
It's not a crazy matchup.
There's some players in this game tonight.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like anybody on the Ravens side of the ball, besides the...
Or actually, I think we should let the viewers in. Unfortunately, Cameron is not here today.
Oh, yeah. Cameron is not here. His chair is empty.
Yeah, his chair is empty. It's just me and Joseph today.
Yep.
So...
You guys just get to deal with us.
Yeah. But back to the football game.
So if we're thinking about it, Miami has not been well in any type of defense stats.
Nah.
They're like last in the league when it comes to like rushing and passing defense. So anybody on the Ravens, you're kind of like, okay, I'm starting you tonight.
Yeah.
If you have Lamar, you're probably starting. If you have Marquise Brown, I'd say he's a start this week.
Yeah, I have him in my flex.
I definitely can see him snagging a touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then with that being said, he could easily get like 15, 16 points tonight. Catches a long touchdown, a couple few catches here and there. That's all you need. And that's what's going to win you a fantasy matchup.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see. I'm still on the fence about any type of running back for the Ravens.
Yeah.
I feel like they have played well, but I just don't trust them enough to be like
recently. But I don't know if that translates to you want to start them in fantasy.
It's like they play well in actual life, and they play their role that they're supposed to have.
Yeah.
But this role isn't really relevant in fantasy football.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because there's so many of them.
There's so many of them. You could probably count like 10 of them off the top of your head. So it's everybody's getting a lot of touches. If somebody gets a touchdown, they'll have 13 points. But if they don't get a touchdown, how many points?
13.
How many points do they usually get if they don't?
Maybe 4. Like 4, yeah.
Like 4 points, yeah. So it's like I probably wouldn't start him.
I agree.
And Rashad Bateman, I'd say if you're in a 12-person league, like he's definitely a flex option for you.
Yeah.
In a 10-teamer, it's on the fence. You could definitely flex him if you're feeling a little bit high risk, high reward kind of play because of the matchup. Yeah. And then if you're in a 12-person league, I'd say start him in your flex.
Yeah, I agree.
I could see him also. He doesn't necessarily have like their touchdown upside as Marquise Brown. Yeah. But he definitely can catch the ball well.
Yeah, for real.
When the ball's thrown to him, guess what he's doing? He's catching it. So it's like, that's a great player for fantasy, and especially in a deeper league. Like, that would get you 8 points compared to, like, a running back on another team, second stringer, that will only get you 5. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, and then we should probably talk about the Dolphins side of the ball. We don't have...
Well, obviously, on the tight end position, you're going to start Mark Andrews.
Oh, well, yeah, Mark Andrews, of course.
Yeah, we didn't touch on that.
No, we didn't touch on
him. He's a for sure start. Obviously, every week, especially with this matchup, should be a really good game.
They're going to be attacking the middle the entire game, I bet. And guess who's in the middle? Mark Andrews.
Yeah.
So it's going to be... I'm guessing he's going to have up to 6 targets this game.
Yeah.
That's what he usually gets. Mm-hmm. And I could see him for sure getting 6 targets, like 5 or 6 catches, you know.
Yeah.
So he's on paper, it looks like all of these players are expected to have a high really volume, high scoring game. Mm-hmm. And then if we look at the Dolphins,
on the Dolphins side of the football,
we have no Tua this week.
Yeah, it looks like no Tua as of right now. We should expect Jacoby Brissett to get the start again, which is unfortunate.
And for the value of some of the receivers, like Jalen Waddle, it hurts a little bit. Mm-hmm. But Jacoby Brissett is not a bad quarterback.
Yeah.
Like,
it could be much worse.
It could be a lot worse. Like, we could be looking at, like... We could be looking at, like, a Zach Wilson. And it's like...
for real.
Yeah, I don't think he's throwing the ball deep. Jacoby Brissett will throw the ball deep sometimes. And Jalen Waddle, he's fast.
Yeah.
But the issue has been, they just have him run little tiny routes. Like, his route tree is close to Hunter Renfro's. Think about it. It's
all small routes.
All small routes. And it's good because he gets, like, 13 targets a game. But it's like, he gets 60 yards with it. And it's like, okay.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
The depth of target isn't what you would want.
No, it's. I think what they're calling it is like an artificial run play. So it's you immediately get it and dump it off to the wide receiver and hope he can break it.
Mm-hmm.
Because their O-line is just falling apart.
Yeah.
Their running backs can't run the ball. With Malcolm Brown injured, like, who do you got? Myles Gaskin and... Yeah.
Salvon Ahmed, and I wouldn't
necessarily trust either of them all that much. I mean, I want to take a look at Gaskins.
He had a solid game last week. I believe he had like 11 or 12 points around that range. So obviously
he had 12.
Yeah, 12 last week, but he had 20 carries against the Texans,
and he got 34 yards.
Yeah,
that's like, okay, that tells you something.
Yeah,
and it's not going to tell you a good something.
Either it's offensive line problems, or he's just not
a great runner.
Yeah.
I mean,
last year he was a great runner.
I could say, realistically looking at it, it's if you have 20 touches, you're hoping to at least get 2 yards a carry, and he wasn't even getting 2 yards a carry.
So yeah.
But I'd say, like, in a deeper league, you're obviously going to start him because he's probably all you have.
The volume is there, and there's...
potential.
Yeah, there's potential there, for sure.
You know, I personally...
The Ravens aren't a bad matchup for a running back position, so...
but even for wide receivers, they've been playing well against the pass.
They've been all right.
Jamar Chase absolutely cooked them a couple weeks ago. And in no way am I saying Jalen Waddle is equal to Jamar Chase. But I'm saying that, he could definitely...
We've seen receivers tear up the Ravens before, so... And especially with the Dolphins are probably going to be behind, so they're going to be throwing that ball. So, yeah.
And then the game script for the Dolphins, for a fantasy standpoint, is good. Because they're going to hopefully be throwing the ball. Yeah. If you're a Gaskins owner, you're hoping you get a few check downs to him. Yeah. Hoping he gets to run the ball a few times. Jalen Waddle, you're hoping he can play catch up. Yeah. And then we have Gesicki, who I'm probably starting in most leagues.
I'd start. For sure. He's one of those guys who's like on that second tier of tight ends that you could
close to like a Hunter Henry kind of.
Yeah, I would have him above Hunter Henry. I'd have him more with let's see who else.
I don't know. I'd have him up there with like.
He's in the Goddard range, I want to say.
Goddard, Ertz, and then you probably have like Gesicki. And then you probably have like
Noah
Fant type. Dude, Kyle Pitts is probably higher up there.
Yeah, I'd have Kyle Pitts higher.
Just because
Dalton Schultz is probably in that range.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I'd say if you're looking for somebody, just hook them up, and they're gonna be playing. The game script is hopefully in their favor tonight, and I'd say if I could see any person blowing up this game, it's most likely gonna be Lamar. Yeah. I'd say Lamar. I'd say his ceiling is probably upwards of 40 points.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Because if he's running the ball well, and he's throwing the ball well, and he's throwing touchdowns, and he's rushing touchdowns, like those points are just adding up. Like 6 points here, 4 points there, big game there. Yeah. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it's like, I could say his ceiling is all the way up there, and then,
Yeah, it's looking good for all the Ravens options.
Oh, definitely. And then even for the Dolphins options, it's not like this is the worst matchup ever. And it's like, I can't start them. Like if...
Honestly...
if they were playing the Bucks, I'd be like, I probably wouldn't go for it right now.
The thing to me is just the backup quarterback situation.
Yeah, that's the only issue. Thing. I mean, you just have to hope that Brissett can hold his own for like a little bit.
Yeah.
And,
hopefully he'll get the job done.
Yeah. I want to see his stats from last week.
I mean, it's not like Tua is that much of an upgrade from Brissett. I mean, he's better.
So, in the win to the Texans last week, he had 244 passing yards, a passing touchdown, a rushing attempt for 7 yards, a fumble, and 2 INTs. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's backup quarterback play.
Yeah, it is. That's literally exactly backup quarterback.
Like,
except he turned the ball over 3 times.
Dude, don't even get me started on Derek Carr, bro. That was annoying. But so you ready to go into the next matchup?
Yes, sir.
So Saints Titans, I'd say that's
a good one. Game. The Saints versus the Titans.
Well, we can just touch on this Falcons Cowboys.
Okay, yeah, this is a good one.
This one's not terrible. It's any Cowboys options are probably starts.
Yeah.
CD, Cooper. Oh, for sure. I'd say this is like a Cooper and CD week. The Falcons secondary is just, dude, they're known for one thing, and it's having a bad secondary.
Yeah, for years, bro.
For years. All I know is that when I see a Falcons matchup, I'm just like.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, dude. Let's just hope that they just.
I can't even remember the last time they had a good secondary.
No.
It's been like.
It's been a minute.
I don't even think they had a good secondary when they went to the Super Bowl.
No. So, Cowboys are all of the Cowboys are starts.
Yeah.
Dak, Zeke, Cooper,
CD, Schultz
is for sure gonna start. So like all those guys are your
maybe starting. Even the defense too.
Possibly. But the Falcons, Matt Ryan has looked good.
He's got a great matchup this week. He's looked good. He had a really good game last week.
Sterling was saying a Russell Gage type.
Russell Gage?
I'm
in on Russell Gage.
I'm not 100%.
I can see that. I can see why.
I'm a good like 40. No. I'm higher than that. I'm a good 79%, like right in that range, because I like Russell Gage and I like his upside. But there's been a few games where he just 4 targets, and you know how many points that is in fantasy, my guy?
It's not that many. Well, 2 weeks ago he had that 0-point game, and that's what we were talking about on here.
Yeah.
And then last week, he came out and he led the team in targets, and he had a really good game. Or not a really good game. He had a good game.
He had a solid game.
8 targets. I'm pretty sure he ended up with 6 or 7 receptions.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I'm definitely for it.
Yeah, I'm for it, especially with this matchup. They're probably going to be playing catch-up, so they're going to be throwing the ball a lot more. So, I think this is a cool matchup.
We'll answer this call real fast. What?
Hey, y'all start recording?
Yeah, we're kind of in the middle of recording, my guy.
Damn it. All right.
Do you want to... What are you doing?
No, I just dipped.
You just got out of work?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Shit. All right, then. Y'all have fun.
All right, you have fun.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Screw her. Anyways, back to the football content.
That was Cameron on the phone, just in case any of you guys didn't know.
Yeah.
The man who's normally on this podcast, but unfortunately is not on this podcast today. He just decided to call, say what's up, interrupt the podcast really fast, all that good stuff.
You just interrupted us so gracefully, of course, bro. Just so gracefully interrupted us.
I'm going to leave all this in. I don't even care.
Nah, because it's worth it.
Yeah.
So, the Falcons... You could start some Russell Gage action. I'd definitely start Matt Ryan, Cordell Patterson, Kyle Pitts.
Yeah.
I'm very, very high on Cordell Patterson right now.
I agree.
I'm like, dude, I don't want to say
he's a cheat code.
I've been standing for him, but earlier this year, like when his value was kind of lower, I tried to trade Gibson for him, like multiple times to Gage, and guess what happened every single time?
Nah.
He said no every single time. Dude, I need to make a whole video on Gibson's slander, bro. Like, I have so much to talk about because that fool's killing my fantasy season.
It's a really unfortunate situation.
Oh, no, definitely. But when we talk about, they play the Buccaneers this week, and we'll just touch on it. Well, I'll tell you some more. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, the Falcons, I think that's about all you're starting. Mike Davis has kind of turned into his irrelevant role again.
Drop him.
Sterling saying drop him. I probably could have go with that one as well, because there's better options out there.
The thing is that there's no like upside for Mike Davis.
No,
it's like isn't. The thing is that I said this in my video, which is a spoiler alert to the ENT fantasy football viewers.
Ooh,
that we have a video dropping players to drop. Mike Davis is in it. But ever since the Week 6 bye week for the Falcons, they made it a priority to give the ball to Cordero Patterson.
Yep.
So the first and second game after the bye week, he outcarried Mike Davis, and he also obviously got more targets than Mike Davis.
Mm-hmm.
So Mike Davis has sort of been phased out, and the thing is it's not like Mike Davis is like some explosive runner where he's just going to break out like a 60-yard run and save his fantasy day. He's not that type of runner.
No.
And he's also...
You see, there's a difference between like an Antonio Gibson and like a Mike Davis.
Yeah.
Like Antonio Gibson could break one off because
he could.
It's 100% in his possibility range.
Mm-hmm.
But in a Mike Davis type, it's like you hope that he gets like 4 carries at the goal line in a row and hope that he gets in on one of them, because he's not getting a whole lot of touches, period, anymore.
Nah, he's not.
And that's why I was trying to trade for Cordero Patterson too. Like, I knew that at some point they're going to phase out Mike Davis.
Yeah.
And you had to figure it, because Cordero Patterson has been so explosive, bro. So I even tried to trade for him a long time ago, and it's just like, it hurts because Cordero Patterson has looked good.
Yeah, he looks great. And it's crazy that he's been in the league for so long.
And he hasn't blown up yet.
Yeah.
I was hoping the Raiders would use him in some sort of role like this when he played for us, but, you know, everybody kind of just puts him in that role of returner, and he's better than that, though.
Wide receiver 5 on the team.
Yeah, he's better than that, though. Like,
yeah,
do you see how fast he is?
Yeah.
He's just different. He's just different.
Yeah, he's really good.
Saints versus Titans?
Saints versus Titans. So let's see. Let's get right into it. Let's start with the home team or the away team?
Let's start with the away team first, and then go to the home
away team. So we got Trevor Simeon is probably still going to be the quarterback, right?
Trevor Simeon, bro. Why Trevor Simeon? That's my question.
That's a really head-scratching decision. Unless they don't feel like they don't want to rush Taysom Hill into it after having a concussion for a while. I could see the thought process behind it. But I think Taysom Hill is much better for the success of the team to me.
I 100% agree. And I feel like... So I was reading that Alvin Kamara has been nursing a knee injury. And his week 10 status is questionable. Mm-hmm. So we'll go over both. So say he plays, he's gonna be a start.
Yeah, no matter what.
No matter what. And Trevor Simeon, you're not taking a chance on Trevor Simeon. You're not taking a chance on any of their wide receivers, honestly.
Nah.
Like, that's just...
It might just be Alvin Kamara.
It might just be Alvin Kamara.
Maybe. In like a super deep league because he's been performing all right so
Mark
far.
Ingram?
The Saints, Mark Ingram.
Yeah. Mark Ingram, let's go.
He's performed all right.
If Mark Ingram, if Alvin Kamara does not play, you're starting Mark Ingram. That's gonna be somebody you're picking up and starting. If Kamara is not playing.
Yeah.
Like, that's gonna be your option.
Yeah, I'd play him.
I'd play him too, and. Like, when it comes to the Saints, there's no names that really pop out.
There's not, dude. It's so crazy.
Because, like, I want to be like, oh, man, Drew Brees.
Michael Thomas.
I know. Alvin Kamara. And then all of... Who is that tight end for them?
Jared Cook.
He
was good on the Saints.
He was balling out. Well, when you have Drew Brees as your quarterback, guess what you're going to do?
it's pretty easy.
You're going to ball out because that man's... He's up there.
Yeah,
he's up there, man. There was nothing better than watching Drew Brees play.
For real.
And then what would suck is chances are he'd probably beat your team.
Yeah, he would.
I'm a Raiders fan, and in that last year, Drew Brees, we beat them at home. You know, it was.
Was Drew Brees playing?
Drew Brees was playing.
Wow.
Yeah, it was before he got injured.
Dang.
So. You know, it just. The league is different, man.
It is different, man. The league changes so fast, bro. Oh, breaking news on the ENT Fantasy Football Podcast.
Breaking news.
Cam Newton was signed by the Panthers this morning.
That's right. I did see that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
What to make of it? We have no idea.
Literally no idea.
So, if anything, this will probably be out in another video later on, because there's just so many puzzle pieces that aren't even aligned. Like, we just found out, like, 3 hours ago.
Yeah, literally.
Well, it was 2 hours ago that it popped up on my phone that, that he got signed. So, this is all relatively
it's probably an upgrade from P.J. Walker.
Well, yeah, for sure. But it doesn't seem like they're going to start Cam Newton on Sunday.
Yeah, not right away.
You know what I mean?
You think next week? Even that's a little bit fast, too.
Even that's a little bit fast.
Because he's a quarterback.
Well, he played... I don't know. You see what I'm saying? There's just so many hypotheticals here that, honestly, we can go on about this forever.
They can simplify it.
Yeah. So, for the Saints...
Yeah, back to this matchup. The Saints, it's not very intriguing to me.
No.
If I'm being honest. The Saints... Oh, man, the Saints.
They manufacture points, bro.
Yeah.
Like, they have to. Like, maybe somebody is going up there and giving them those points on the scoreboard because there's nobody...
How did they even score, bro? Did they win last week?
I'm pretty sure that they lost. They did lose.
Oh, they lost. Who'd they play against? Oh, I know they beat the Bucks.
No, wrong one. They lost to the Falcons.
Oh, yeah, they lost to the Falcons. I remember that.
Their leading receiver was Alvin Kamara with 54 yards.
Yep. Who got the most targets other than Alvin Kamara? Because Kamara probably got the most.
Tre'Quan Smith. I mean, if you're hoping on Marquez Callaway, you caught a touchdown last week.
That's cool.
I'm not necessarily the most high on Marquez Callaway right now.
I'm not high on any of those guys. It's like just a bunch of names, honestly.
It is.
I mean, it's not like any one of them stands out. Earlier this season, Callaway had some success, but
I still think he can have some success.
He can.
But so on the Titans side of the ball, though, you're starting AJ Brown, you start Julio, you 100%.
Wait, you're starting Julio?
I'm starting. I would say I want to start Julio this week.
Okay.
I mean, I feel like you may have lowered expectations.
Yeah, lowered expectations.
But I feel like
I could see a reason why you'd start Julio, but for now,
12 points.
He can put up 12
for sure.
He can also put up 5.
That's facts.
So it's kind of, I don't know. I'm pretty sure he had what did he do last week?
Let's see. How about AJ? You're starting him, huh?
AJ Brown?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure, AJ Brown. Especially with the tear he's been on recently. Actually, he had a bad game last week. But with the tear he's on before that and in a cool matchup, I think AJ Brown is... He's one of those every week guys to me that you could just throw him in there no matter what. Especially now that Derrick Henry's down. So, AJ Brown, to me, I mean, he's the best player on that offense now.
Pretty much, yeah. He's their playmaker.
Yeah.
I mean, Jeremy McNichols isn't really...
Yeah, he's not.
He got 5 last week.
Julio Jones got 5 last week.
He caught all 4 of his targets, though. That's
and they were also ahead in that game, so...
They were.
They didn't have much reason to throw.
No, they just kind of took it to the Rams.
Yeah.
And... I mean...
What about the running backs?
That's the issue right there. Because you want to start Peterson, of course.
You want to.
Like,
but
he got 9 points, and the only reason he got 9 points was because he got a touchdown.
Yeah.
So it's like,
I could see him doing a lot better this week just because that was his first week on the team, and he played against the Rams, who are a really good run defense.
And Jeremy McNichols only got 5.
Yeah.
So, I feel like, I don't know, wait another week.
I don't know. Yeah, wait another week. That's what we said last week, but I still wait another week.
Dude, I don't feel positive. I wouldn't give you any type of concrete answer besides me just taking a guess off the top of my head. You know what I mean?
Deonta Foreman was actually their leading rusher last week. He didn't get that many carries, but he made the most of his opportunity. So I could see them using him a little bit more this week because obviously he looks more explosive than Adrian Peterson.
Well, yeah, Adrian Peterson is old, man.
Yeah. Yeah. So I could see them possibly going with Foreman a little bit more, but that only makes the situation even more unpredictable. Murky. Yeah. So because now you have 3 guys in that backfield who...
And we don't rock with that.
Yeah, we don't.
So we're just passing. We're saying, like, we're good.
Yeah, we're good for now.
We're good.
If I were to start one, I'd still roll with Peterson.
Yeah, for sure.
Because he's getting the majority of the carries, and he's the goal line back.
Yeah.
So if I had to roll with one, I'll roll with Peterson. And I think for the rest of the season, looking forward, I think Peterson is still probably the best one to have. Because to me, he's only going to get better the longer he's on the team. And that was his. Yeah, we hope. That was his first game of the season this year. Yeah. Because he was a free agent. So I mean, he wasn't even on a football team. And that was his first game. So I mean, I could see it getting better. I could also see it staying the same.
Realistically, I have maybe a 45 confidence rating here, and that's not very high. It's not very low.
50-50.
Like, I don't feel like I would want to start him over most people, but I also feel like
Myles Gaskin or Adrian Peterson.
Oh, Myles Gaskin for sure. So, do you want to talk about the Browns and the Patriots? Is that one? I mean,
what other matchups we got?
Bills versus Jets. Lions versus Steelers. Bucks versus Washington. I guess that's our next best matchup, right?
Sure.
So, the Bucks. Well, you're looking at the Bucks side of the ball, and on paper, they better explode.
Yeah, they should. They should explode.
Because you have Tomas Brady, you have Mike Evans, Chris Godwin. I don't know if Antonio Brown
That's what I was about to ask you. I've asked you that like 3 podcasts in a row now, but unfortunately, he's not been playing. Hopefully, he's making his way towards a return. We're about to see the results right now. Joseph is currently pulling up the results.
Once my phone were load, bro.
Let's see. And also, what else was I going to add? I was totally going to say something right now, and I forgot it.
So, he's not practicing, but...
Oh, he shed it. He lost his walking boot. Mm-hmm. So, looks like they're trying to find his walking boot right now because they can't find it. He lost it. No, I'm just playing. He's not using the walking boot anymore, so that's a good sign.
That's a very positive
sign. He's walking on his own 2 feet now without any support system, so he should be better to return soon. Obviously, Antonio Brown was doing really good at the beginning of the season. He was arguably their number 1 receiver for fantasy purposes.
Dude, he low-key is, man.
I know. Dude, oh wow, look at his matchups. He's got solid matchups. And he's got some red.
Like, I like some Antonio Brown.
I do too.
What do you think it'd take to trade for him is my question.
Who has him?
Matt.
Of
course Matt has him.
I know.
Dude, Matt low-key always gets kind of lucky with those sort of players.
I want to trade for Deonta Johnson, bro.
Yeah, dude. He's a target machine.
He is.
How many points did he have last week?
Dude, I think he's really consistent, like around 14-point range.
He had 9, 2 rushing attempts, 11 yards, 6 targets for 56 yards. No touchdown. He doesn't really catch touchdowns too often. Here and there.
Yeah.
Well, he gets a lot of yards.
That's because Pat Freiermuth catches all the touchdowns.
Dude, Pat Freiermuth? That's the GOAT right there.
Yeah. If you need more information on Pat Freiermuth,
his video will be dropping.
Down below. Not down below. Maybe down below. Maybe. Go to the channel. Go watch Must Add Players for Week 10.
Well, which one did you drop right now?
Which one did I drop? Must Add Players for Week 10.
So, yeah, it should be there.
Plus streamers, yeah.
It'll be there.
On the channel.
Yeah, so if you're looking at this...
After this video...
Oh, yeah, after this...
Don't stop watching this video.
Dude, because you can't let our watch time go down, dude.
Facts,
that's facts.
So after this video, go to the channel. Go watch that video. And if you're watching this tomorrow, which would be Friday because it's being recorded Thursday, the other video should be up, which is players you can drop.
Players you can drop.
So, yeah.
All right. So, back to the matchup.
The
Buccaneers, on paper, have a good matchup, of course.
They do.
No Antonio Brown, it seems. He's not even practicing. He just got out of his walking boot. It's not best case scenario there. So, of course, you're starting Mike Evans.
I could see this being a Leonard Fournette game.
Oh, a Lenny game?
Because I think they're going to be ahead in this game. They're probably going to be trying to run the football a little more. I could see him easily getting a touchdown.
Oh, definitely.
And, 60, 70 yards.
So, yeah, that's...
3 receptions.
That's probably upwards of, like, 13, 14 points if he gets a few, like, catches in there.
I could see him anywhere from, like, 14, 18 range.
Yeah, that's pretty solid.
Just a solid game.
Like, I'm not expecting him to blow up.
Yeah.
When it comes to tight ends, are we starting anybody? Big Gronk?
I mean, Gronk is the one that I would go with, but even with Gronk,
you're
honestly just hoping he gets a touchdown, which is a good chance he gets a touchdown. Like, I'd rather hope Gronk gets a touchdown than hope one of those other tight ends gets a touchdown.
Gronk said back to normal in 2 to 3 weeks.
Jeez. He got re-injured?
Well, he got his back messed up, I guess. Off of one target.
For one target.
So I don't know what to really say about that one. Gronk. And then if you're not starting Gronk, you're not starting any tight ends, that's for sure.
Nah, we already went through this thing this season. And you're not.
You're not. On the Washington side of the ball, Terry McLaurin.
You're going to play him?
I'm very high on Terry McLaurin. I've always liked him. I've always liked his skill set.
Yeah. They're going to be throwing the football.
They're hopefully going to be throwing the football to him. Running backs for this team. Screw just about both of them, to be honest.
Yeah, all 3 of them. Jared Patterson.
Dude, I can't believe Jared Patterson out-touched Antonio Gibson a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
It's like... So, I remember when Ron Rivera was like, oh, yeah, Antonio Gibson, CMC role. Like, This is exactly what you want. Because guess who I traded for? CMC.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And yeah, both of them.
And I had both of them. And then, like, he decides to, like, hurt his shin. And it's like, okay, well, hurting your shin is one thing. And you're going to be fine, hopefully.
Just a minor setback.
Just a minor setback. I'm not tripping off that. But what the issue is, they're not even using him at all. Mm-hmm. Like, they're just like, yeah, we have Jared Patterson, you know? Like, Antonio Gibson isn't even our star back. Like, just Jared Patterson.
It's a real unfortunate situation, if I'm being honest. I had Antonio Gibson last year. He was one of my favorite rookies. Actually, no, he's my favorite rookie from that draft class. The 2020 class. And it's really unfortunate what happened.
Because he's so explosive,
there was so much hype going into this year for him. It's, man, I don't know.
Well, we're crossing our fingers and hoping that he can turn it around.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
It's a tough thing because it's like his injury probably isn't going to get... I mean, it'll get better, but it won't go away.
No.
It's not like other injuries where it's like you just need to rest it. Mm-hmm. Like if you have like let's say a player has a hamstring injury.
You rest it.
You sit out limited, couple days practice.
Dude, hamstring injuries are like... Dude, hamstring injuries are the worst, bro, when it comes to football players.
Yeah.
Like, they'll have a hamstring injury, and then they'll injure it, and then a couple weeks later, they'll re-injure it.
Yeah.
Dude, just think about what happened with Christian McCaffrey. Yeah. Like, he was good for a couple weeks. Like, he was practicing, and then guess what? IR.
Yeah.
It's like, what? Like, when did you forget to, like, fill me in on this?
There was another player who re-aggravated their injury this year.
Michael Thomas.
Oh, yeah, Michael Thomas.
Stupid Michael Thomas.
Yeah. That's another unfortunate situation.
Yeah, it is.
Logan Thomas looks like he's going to be back this week.
Ooh, I was saying that he may be back next week.
Oh, next week, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Let me see. I'll look him up. He's still sore.
Still sore.
Yeah, because I have him in my other fantasy league.
Oh.
So it's like, dude, in my other fantasy league, I'm kind of stacked.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know what happened in this league, dude. Like, check this out.
Oh.
Dude, it keeps getting better, too. Look at.
Jeez. How many people?
10.
Oh, 10, wow.
Look at, I'm 4th, bro.
That's respectable.
Yeah.
It's respectable.
Dude, all I know is that I'm turning around my season in that league, and I'm turning around my season in this league, too.
Yeah.
Like, so... Oh, well, let's continue this matchup.
Yeah. This matchup, I mean...
The Washington football team has yet to establish a second wide receiver that's worthy of playing.
Yeah.
And I mean, no Curtis Samuel. I mean, that you're hoping for him to work out.
Yeah, you were hoping for him. Is there any update on Ryan Fitzpatrick?
Are we allowed to, like, show logos or no?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, let's go.
Joseph's drinking a Coca-Cola right now. So there's But what is the update?
So are we gonna get a sponsorship now, or what?
Yeah, sponsorship from Coca-Cola.
Dude, that'd be the best.
For real.
Because they low-key hook you up.
They would.
Like, think about it. All of the big athletes low-key sign. Well,
Coca-Cola.
Mm-hmm. Crazy, huh?
Yeah.
Dude, players will, like, sign with, like, car companies.
Players sign with anything.
Dude, if they're giving out free money, hell yeah, I'm taking it.
All
like, what the heck?
Endorse their stuff.
So do you want to touch on a little bit of Christian McCaffrey, because they're expecting him to be back this week.
Yeah. Well, he played last week.
He did, but it was kind of like they wanted to get him acclimated. So they only had him play.
Well, he had 100 yards.
Dude, do you know how many snaps he played?
How many?
He played 50% of the team snaps.
Jeez.
And guess how many yards he got?
106.
Like imagine a touchdown thrown in there. How many points is that?
Yeah, it's already 19.
Mm-hmm. So if we're looking at it, Christian McCaffrey, even if he goes up to 75, if you're looking at it, he's projected to probably get like upwards of 20 to 22.
Yeah.
Like just thinking about it, if they up his snaps by a quarter, you know what I mean? So you're just hoping, dude. I'm really high on Christian McCaffrey right now.
Yeah.
I traded for him.
I mean, he's like the safest player you can.
Dude,
have.
he has the safest floor. He has the safest floor in fantasy football. Like you can argue Lamar Jackson. You can argue a few players. But I think when you have Christian McCaffrey, you have one of the safest floors.
Yeah, not even Derrick Henry has.
Not even Derrick Henry has a floor.
He would have like
this.
5 or 6 point games every once in a while.
Like, but how many times do you see Christian McCaffrey drop 5 or 6 points?
I can't remember.
Dude.
I can't remember.
So it's like Christian McCaffrey, fantasy. When he's playing, he is the fantasy gold.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he can win you matchups just because he catches 2 touchdowns out of the backfield. You know what I mean? So, my thoughts are Christian McCaffrey. I'm loving me some Christian McCaffrey.
Plus, he's reunited with Cam Newton now.
And he's reunited with Cam Newton. This week, it looks to be P.J. Walker. Yeah. And if all things go our way, plenty of checkdowns for your boy, Christian McCaffrey. And
what about DJ Moore?
DJ Moore? I like me some DJ Moore as well.
Okay.
I wouldn't say, like, he's my... Like, earlier this year, like, he was a lot higher for me. Because I even tried to trade for him a few times.
Yeah.
But,
he's fallen off a little bit.
I don't want to say he's necessarily fallen off.
He hasn't had the production in recent weeks.
Well, his quarterback has not been helping him. Either way.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't think you're starting the quarterback. You're starting Christian McCaffrey. You're starting DJ Moore. Are we starting Robbie Anderson this week? No.
Never.
Probably not.
What about on the Cardinal side of the football? What's the status on
Kyler? Big Kyler. Let's see. So, it didn't look like great. Another DNP.
Ooh.
Even so, Murray believes he has made crazy strides so far as in a positive direction since the injury.
Well, that's a good sign.
Kingsbury said Murray could play without practicing, but some amount of participation on Friday would be encouraging. Stay tuned.
I would probably just roll with Colt McCoy. Like, I wouldn't want to risk injuring or further injuring or anything happening to Kyler.
My thoughts are they're probably going to test him out in warm-ups.
Yeah.
And if he's ready to go, he's ready to go. And you're starting him. But if he's not, then...
Because...
What the issue is, he's the 105 game. He's a 105 game.
Yeah.
Well, you'll probably know midway through
the
first games. So you'll probably have to make an arrangement, but you also have to... I mean, if you have to
have an option ready if you're a Kyler Murray owner.
For sure. And you're hoping that it's... you're hoping it's like maybe a Derek Carr who plays at 520.
Yeah.
Or like another one who plays at 125.
Who's in the Monday night game?
Rams versus 49ers.
Alright, so you're probably Matthew Stafford isn't available.
Oh, definitely.
Jimmy Garoppolo you don't want to play.
No. But I mean,
if somehow Derek Carr, I don't think he's available. He's probably not available.
In most leagues, probably not.
Yeah, so you kind of have to have a pivot option either already planned,
or you're just starting somebody else.
Yeah.
And well, it depends. If things go good on Friday and Saturday, if he practices tomorrow, I'm gonna be like, okay.
Yeah.
He's online to play.
Yeah.
But if not, it's like, oh, maybe not. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So what's our next one? This one?
Yeah, that's a good one. The Minnesota Vikings are traveling to California to take on the Los Angeles Chargers inside SoFi Stadium.
Dude, I don't know. I always feel bad for the Vikings, bro. You know why?
Dude,
they always have to play the hardest teams.
And they always come right down to the wire, bro. Every time.
Dude, I'm glad I'm not a Vikings fan sometimes. Because they always get so close to winning, and then it's like...
And they don't.
Yeah, we didn't win.
What's the problem?
What's the problem?
With the Vikings.
With the Vikings?
Because, dude, they have
probably
a good football team, bro. They have a good football team.
They just play good teams.
I feel like a lot of people like to throw the blame at Kirk Cousins.
It's not really Kirk Cousins.
It's not, though. I feel like it's not.
I feel like...
There's just something about them, bro.
Just something about that team.
Great wide receivers.
A good team.
Good tight end. Solid defense.
They still just cannot get it done.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
But for fantasy, you got yourself Justin Jefferson, Dalvin Cook, Adam Thielen. How are we starting Adam Thielen this week?
Yeah.
You like the matchup? I can roll with the matchup.
Tyler Conklin is in my video. He's part of my pick up and play section. So if you need a tight end, you need to pick up and play.
He's
Tyler
an option
Conklin's
for you out there.
A good option.
And then Dalvin Cook. You hope Dalvin Cook pops off this game.
Yeah.
You're hoping he does. Chargers haven't been great necessarily against the run, so you're kind of just hoping that he pops off, you know?
Yeah. They actually have a pretty soft run defense.
They do.
Jordan Howard kind of tore him up last week.
It's kind of surprising.
I know.
I mean, all the talk about the Chargers, and then but if we're talking Chargers side of the ball, Austin Eckler is the man himself, of course.
I think I'm starting most of their options.
Mike Williams has had another tough week.
Yeah.
So, is this old Mike Williams?
I don't know.
Is this old Mike Williams? It really could be.
Maybe he's just a matchup-based player.
Dude, that sucks for people. You probably drafted him low, though. So it's, even if you're not getting the biggest amount out of him, you're just happy that you drafted him in probably like the 11th or 12th round, I'm guessing.
Yeah, somewhere around
easily.
There.
So I like Mike Williams with this matchup this week, though. I think it's a good matchup.
Yeah, this could be one.
This is a good matchup for him. Like, I think he could 100% hit 100 receiving yards this game. Keenan Allen I'd say Keenan Allen is more of a touchdown kind of guy. Like, if he gets a touchdown, it'll up his points a lot more. And there's nothing wrong with that.
I feel like he's got a safe floor with the yardage that he gets, and then if he adds a touchdown on top, then it's a really good game.
It's icing on the cake.
Yeah.
Because he will catch the ball if you throw it to him.
Yeah.
He's just one of those guys. So, Justin Herbert, of course you're starting Justin Herbert. Him. Of course. Are we starting Jared Cook this week? Possibly.
I'm okay.
You're okay?
I think there's better options out there.
Yeah.
I'd rather play the other tight end, Tyler Conklin,
on
the Vikings. I'd rather play... I feel like there's much better options out there.
Big Dallas Goedert?
Yeah, Dallas Goedert for sure I'd play over him. I'd play... All those tight ends.
Hunter Henry over him?
Oh, that's a question. I'd probably still roll with Hunter Henry, though.
Yeah, me too. But do you want to talk about what Sunday night game?
Oh, Sunday night game. Yeah, I want to talk about that one.
Okay.
Oh, no, it's Monday night.
No, this one's Sunday.
Oh, Sunday night.
And then Monday night.
We'll talk about both. So first one on Sunday Night Football, the Kansas City Chiefs are going to Las Vegas to take on their division foe,
the Raiders.
Las Vegas Raiders.
Dude, the Raiders.
There's a lot of stuff going on.
There's a lot going on right now.
Yeah.
And first things first, I want to say this. The loss that we had last week was because we beat ourselves. Derek Carr, he didn't play as well as he should have. He threw 2 interceptions to McKinney. Both of them, one was a pick 6, which really turned around the game.
Yeah.
Like, he was playing okay. Hunter Renfrow caught a touchdown. You know, the Raiders did not look bad. But the issue was the turnovers cost us in a low-scoring game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then that fumble at the end of the game, offense, where it was like, oh my gosh, they 100% beat us because their offense played better. It's their defense that really played well.
Yeah.
And Devontae Booker played well too.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give him that. But I don't feel like it was
He's
too
a former Raider, right?
Yeah. I don't feel like they were too overpowering for us. You know what I mean? So, yeah. It is what it is. It was a tough loss. But hopefully we come back harder. Harder than ever right now.
If you bounce back against the Chiefs,
that's a positive right there.
Yeah, that's a major positive.
Because the Raiders every year decide to play well in the first half of the season and then lay an egg at the end. And we can't lay an egg. Because there's 7 spots this year in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Like, you can get in, even if you have maybe a 9-8 record. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can get in. You can do it. But you just cannot sell at the end of the season.
Yeah.
Like, let's see. The Raiders play the Chiefs next week. And then they play the Bengals, the Cowboys, the Washington football team, the Chiefs again, the Browns, the Broncos, the Colts, and the Chargers.
There's a lot of winnable games in there.
Especially hopefully the Washington football team.
Yeah.
I mean,
you got to take care of the ones that
like the Bengals,
like the Broncos.
Like, you got to take
Bengals, I could see being 50-50.
I feel like
I would favor the Bengals a little bit, but I can see the Raiders winning.
Yeah, for sure.
And they're at home.
So it's kind of like the Cowboys. That's going to be a hard one. I can
see going either way.
That's a tough one because, I mean, I feel like if we beat the Cowboys death by 1,000 paper cuts, you can win the game. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Because I feel like the Cowboys are a team that plays well, and their offense is so potent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I feel like their defense does have some holes. And if you take advantage of those holes, what did the Broncos do? They curb stomped them.
Yeah.
Like,
it wasn't
really?
Even close.
No, it wasn't. They curb stomped them. So it's like, the Raiders, you just have to come out and play your brand of football in order to win games. You know what I mean? And the Raiders, they just, like, if they want to beat the Chiefs this week, I'd say they really hammer the ball home with the run. Like,
I agree.
The Chiefs, I really like the Chiefs. No, I really don't like the Chiefs. Like, I'm going to be honest, I don't like the Chiefs.
Yeah.
I like their options. I like their players. But
they have cool
the
players.
team, no. I feel like you establish the run, and then you hit them over top with the play action.
Yeah.
Because their secondary has not played well. Their defense has not played well.
Not at all.
Jordan Love came in there and didn't do great, but
I feel like that's more on Jordan Love.
Yeah, but I feel like Derek Carr is so much more.
Yeah,
he has a better pocket presence. He will throw the ball. You know what I mean? So if you're really just hoping that Raiders play well, their defense holds up.
Yeah.
So the way to beat the Chiefs on defense, 2 high safeties and make them beat you under. So if you're Gus Bradley, you're thinking to yourself right now, how do the teams beat the Chiefs, and how can we beat the Chiefs? So we may have to switch up our style of defense.
Yeah.
Because usually we rush 4 or 5 and have one deep safety. But I feel like for this game, we may have to, take 2 deep and try to just stop the deep ball. You know what I mean? Because that's what matters on the Chiefs' defense or on the Chiefs' offense. If Patrick Mahomes is throwing it up and trying to take deep yardage, you hope for an interception. You know what I'm saying? And make him force the ball. Or make him beat you by throwing underneath routes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So you just... And then the Chiefs, if they play well, then they could easily win too.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. If the Raiders' defense does not show up...
It depends on who shows up.
It really depends on who shows up.
Because I feel like we've seen 2 versions of the Chiefs this year.
And we've seen 2 versions of the Raiders.
Yeah.
And think about it. When the Raiders beat the Ravens, how they looked good. They look like a great football team.
They looked like they were like a lock for the playoffs at that point.
Exactly. And whereas, of course we've had a few, inconveniences, I just want to say, in a nice way.
It's unfortunate.
2 inconveniences.
2
one on offense and 1 on defense. And it's like, you got...
And a head coaching.
And a head coach issue. It's just... If the Raiders can find some way to just make it to the playoffs...
It's a W.
Yeah. Even if they lose, you hope they win the first game, but if they don't, then it is what it is.
Yeah.
I really hope the Raiders can find some way to pull it out.
It would be really cool to see.
Because we've been through a lot, and we play well. We have enough options to win games.
Yeah.
So whoever shows up this week is probably who's going to win the game. And hopefully the Raiders have some sort of spark underneath their butts to want to force the ball and win the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is Deshaun Jackson going to show up? Who the hell knows? It's a possibility.
Yeah, it is. Like
I was saying, establish the run and then take advantage of play action.
Yeah.
And attack the Chiefs defense, who hasn't played well lately. Maybe not Tyrann Mathieu, but that other guy Sorensen, throw the ball his way every single play.
Yeah, for
reals. He allows the highest coverage, the lowest. Well, technically the highest completion rate is owned by Daniel Sorensen. Yeah. So if you're throwing the ball, you're throwing it to that guy. So, when it comes to fantasy though, Derek Carr.
This is a really good matchup.
It's a really high volume sort of matchup. The last time the Raiders and the Chiefs played, it was a high scoring game. On the last Sunday night game, Sunday Night Football, where Jason Witten caught that touchdown at the end of the game.
Oh, yeah.
And then the Chiefs went down and scored with Kelsey with in a few seconds basically. I feel like last year our defense wasn't nearly as good as it is now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We can rush the passer now.
Mm-hmm.
That was the issue, is we couldn't get pressure on the quarterback, meaning that higher completion rate, more catches and more touchdowns, more everything because pressure there was nobody getting pressure on the quarterback at all.
Pressure on the quarterback is such an important part. It can change a whole defense.
That's why we splurged on big names like Yannick Ngakoue, and we got Max Crosby, and we have big guys holding down the fort this year.
Yeah.
And that's what we've been needing. Mm-hmm. Our secondary, realistically, in the NFL, it's if you have an average secondary, you will be fine.
Yeah, you'll be fine. It's just the really, really bad ones.
If you have a really, really bad one, guess what? You're going to lose games.
Yeah.
So, Derek Carr, Josh Jacobs, I feel are my for sure 2 starters.
Yeah, I agree.
Hunter Renfrow, I like Hunter Renfrow and Darren Waller. I feel like Hunter Renfrow has established himself as the number 1. Do I feel like his depth of target may go down a tiny bit now that Deshaun Jackson is back?
Yeah.
Or is taking that role. I feel like he may kind of go back to his usual routes.
Yeah.
But there's nothing wrong with that. I feel like he can for sure catch a touchdown.
Renfrow or Jackson?
Renfrow.
Mm-hmm.
I like him a little more.
Yeah, I agree.
No Zay Jones for me personally.
Mm-mm.
No Brian Edwards.
On the Chiefs side of the football what's the status on Clyde?
Last time I seen him, it didn't look like great. He was still on IR, I seen. Oh, he's coming back. He looked great on Wednesday.
Oh, that's a good sign. That's a very good sign. I like Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Except for I feel like the idea of Clyde Edwards-Helaire is better than Clyde in real life. Like, when I think of Clyde Edwards-Helaire, I'm like, oh man, I really want him on my fantasy team.
And then
I watch him play and I'm like...
Maybe not.
Yeah.
Dude, how the heck is Cameron third in the league, bro?
I know, dude. It's because our league is so mid, bro. Our league is bad. Or it's not bad, it's just that everybody's so tied in together. Everybody beats each other.
Yeah, literally, like most of the middle of the standings is 4 and 5.
Yeah, half the league's 4 and 5, bro.
Yeah, it's because teams play.
Bro, I'm 4 and 5 and I'm 4th in the league. I'm in.
He's in the playoff hunt.
Yeah, bro, I'm 4 and 5. Oh man, it's unfortunate. This is my first year with the losing record. Hopefully, I can turn that around this week and get back to 500.
No, definitely not.
Oh yeah, we didn't even tell the viewers that this week me and Joseph play each other in fantasy in our league that we play in together.
Yeah.
So,
dude, every year, the first game we play,
bro, every year
against each other. Yeah, every single year.
Week 1, it's me versus Joseph. 4 years in a row.
Yeah, every single year that we've had fantasy football, it's always me and Sterling in the first week. Mm-hmm. Never fails. And who did my win come against this week? This year.
This year. Your win. Who was your win against?
That's my question. I got smoked on to Gage.
Oh, week 4.
Sexy ladies of SB.
Hey, and you had a pretty nice week that week too.
Oh, dude, Tyreek Hill was 42. Fuck yeah. Goddard, New Orleans.
That's when you still had Odell and Tannehill.
Dude,
and Damian Harris and Corey Davis and Jacoby Myers.
This was a whole different roster.
It was. Dude, that happens, bro. I was looking at mine. My team's totally different, except for my main guys.
Yeah. Dude, I just lost to Dustin.
Oh, that's tough. Dude, I just lost to Matt. Bro, if I would have beaten Matt, because remember Matt beat me by 1 yard.
Yeah.
If I would have beaten Matt, I would be 5 and 4 right now. And I'd be looking solid.
So, I need a pop-off week for my squad, I guess.
My team, if there's 1 week my team won't perform, it's this week.
If there's 1 week...
I just don't feel confident.
I don't feel confident about my week either. I feel like the player I'm counting on the most right now is probably Derek Carr and Christian McCaffrey. Mm-hmm.
You got a lot of red matchups.
I know.
I'm pretty sure I also have a lot of red, though.
Like, I don't...
I mean, unless you want to start Taysom Hill.
Dude, I want to... You see, here's the thing. I don't have any... You're lucky I don't have Jamar Chase this week. You're lucky I don't have Jamar Chase. So, that's all I got to say. Yeah. And I usually don't play... The Raiders play the Bengals next week. And it's like... Do I want to start Jamar Chase against my team? And it's like, it's going to hurt so bad if he pops off.
Yeah.
But it's also going to be like kind of sweet because it's on my fantasy team. But I also don't want the Raiders to lose. So it's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. That's why I like starting players against my team. Because if they do bad, then I'm like, let's go. My Ravens did good.
Yeah.
But if they do good, it's like, all right, cool. I got fantasy points at least.
Imagine your team loses and your player just lays an egg.
Oh, that's
the biggest dud possible. Yeah. And that happens to people.
Yeah, that does. Like, that would probably happen to me if I started Myles Gaskin tonight. If I started Myles Gaskin tonight, that would totally happen. You get like a 4.5 point game, and the Ravens would like stomp him.
Okay, so Michael Carter, are we expecting a decent week from him this week?
Who? Michael Carter. Who's he playing against?
Buffalo.
Ooh, that's a.
But Mike White is starting.
Mike White is starting, so that's a confidence booster.
Oh, big confidence booster.
They'll be throwing the ball to Michael Carter a lot. It's unfortunate. Who came in the game? Oh, Josh Johnson, right?
Josh Johnson. I don't like that guy. He decided to like force the ball down the field, even though he's a backup. I think he wanted he was like, you know what? I'm trying to like solidify myself into a role again, so let me like not pass to checkdowns.
Yeah.
It seemed that way, right? Because he was.
I didn't see it.
Well, I was listening to it, and he was just forcing the ball down the field the entire damn game. It was like, I mean, Elijah Moore, though, my guy. I like me some Elijah Moore.
Yeah.
I feel like Elijah Moore is an option. I like me some Elijah Moore.
Elijah Moore or Corey Davis?
Personally, Elijah Moore.
Okay.
Dude, I had Corey Davis for like a week, and then I was like, you know what? You're bad. But do you want to talk about that Monday night game?
I think we got a lot in.
Yeah?
Yeah.
We got a lot. We talked
got a lot in. We did talk a lot. This one, it's probably about to be an hour or above an hour.
Easily.
So, I think we got a lot in. It's going to be super hard to upload, so I think that's going to be it. But anyways, thank you guys for watching.
Thank you.
ENT Fantasy Football. Hit the like button. We got to remember to tell them at the beginning of the episode.
Oh, that's
But
facts.
hit the like button. Hit the comment button and leave a comment down below. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Go down below. Subscribe.
All that good stuff.
Watch the other videos.
Hopefully
like those
Cameron
videos.
will be back.
Yeah, hopefully Cameron will be back. Our third member.
Next week, I'm hoping to have a, what do you call it? So a week 10 recap.
Oh, yeah, week 10 recap.
And then we'll do a week 11
preview.
So we're hoping to have 2 of those videos.
2 episodes. We dropped 2 episodes last week.
The biggest issue this week was
scheduling.
I
was in New York.
I got back from New York on Monday late night. Tuesday I had work early AF at 4:00.
Yeah.
And then I just slept after that, dude. I was tired, jet lag and all. But
yeah, that's it for today's episode, guys. Thank you very much.